Welcome to ADlibnD, where a group of amateur role-playing enthusiasts running a weekly live-stream D&D 5e game with a twist. The viewing public can vote on a large group of random concepts before the episode takes place. Once tallied, the DM will select 5 of the 10 most popular and tailor that episode of the game against the chosen ideas. Anything can happen, no episode will be the same. You can find where to vote on the Filthy Pig Discord server. Just follow down till you find the ADlibnD concept voting section. Now, it'll be closing quite late tonight, but a new voting selection will be up on the weekend, so you can choose again, and the concepts that have been voted on will be picked up next week. Anyway, what happened? We've been away for a couple of weeks due to unavoidable issues, but now we're back. I'll fill you in on what's happened. So the party just recently left the town of Alves, heading south on the road to tracking down Jace's arch nemesis, a Mr. Brown. And on the way, they've been heading through the Yule's Cliff Woods. And while they've been heading through, they've run into some strange material, a clay that seems to shine with several different colors that, once touched or interacted with, can cause some sort of madness that poor Wabani is currently being afflicted with. He's been able to suppress it to a certain extent, but it seems to have come back each time. Now, while they've been traveling through the woods, a resplendent deer has come to the party and asked Riki and her group to follow the deer, for the forest needs help. And at the end of the last episode, the party travelled through the woods, leaving the wagon behind, but taking their horses, and had just met with a beautiful humanoid creature who seemed to be one with the forest. She was wrapped in vines and leaves and bark, and moved with a very elven grace about her. So this is where we pick up this episode. So the Dodgy Brothers stands there, and the woman looks down and goes, "Oh, at last you have arrived. I am sorry that I've had to take you away, but a little creature has told me that there is a friend of the forest here. I believe Riki has helped forest creatures in the past. But, oh, where are my manners? My name is Princess Alandra, and I welcome you to my forest abode. Would you like to care for a dinner meal before we get to discussing what I was hoping you might be able to help me with?" She looks over at you expectantly.
Jace looks at Riki to take the lead, since she's been indicated as the friend of the forest.
Okay, so
she was speaking common, right?
She was, yes.
So I nod my head towards her, fairly curtly. I don't quite know what to make of this just yet. And I look over towards her and I say, "Well met, Princess Alandra. We would be delighted to join you for a meal, provided by having the meal we're not entering into any sort of obligation."
Oh, no. The discussion of what you might be able to help me with can come after the meal. Please enjoy the fruits of the forest. And she claps her hands, and a vine, a wooden table covered in vines, starts to grow out of the ground. And once that occurs, there seems to magically appear plates of foods, and it's covered with a smorgasbord of fruits and nuts and grains and vegetables. They are presented in a raw nature, but they look quite delicious from what you can see. She sits down at one of the chairs and picks up a piece of apple and bites down into it and looks up to you.
I'm going to be standing slightly in front of Riki, not in front in terms of leading the road, just kind of slightly off center, but in front of her. And I'm going to turn my back to this person, and I'm going to start making some somatic gestures and start muttering. And I think Jace probably recognizes that I'm starting to cast fog cloud.
Jace goes to slap Wabani's hands and says, "Stop that! We're guests here."
Are you sure? This seems very strange situation.
Being fed?
I mean, look at her. I think that she's probably one of the most attractive people I've ever seen. And what the hell? Out in the forest like this? She's got rounded ears? This seems very strange. This is a trap.
Would you be more comfortable if she were less attractive? Perhaps we should, perhaps we can ask herself to make herself more comely, if that's possible. I'm sure her message is equally, I'm sure her message would be equally important coming from somebody who was more average looking. So
the princess looks to the group that's standing there currently arguing over her appearance, and she says, Is my appearance disturbing you? Should I? This is what I normally wear.
Not at all, Your Highness. My friend here was overcome by your beauty and assumed there was some magics at work here.
But the only magic is the ones used to provide the food for you.
See, Wabani, let us sit down and enjoy the company of this beautiful forest princess.
I'll listening to Jason, looking at Riki, I'll quickly turn my eyes to the heaven and I'll be like, Donaru, is this a trap?
Make a religion check.
Speak to me now. I need to know. It's a... Oh, bugger. That's an 11.
You have a -1 on your religion.
Yep.
You look fervently to the sky, and you feel a faint breeze rustle against your arm, but you can't tell whether that's favorable or in the negative.
I'll walk over very adroitly and take a seat.
Okay. We're also sitting at the table. I caution everyone that if you're not used to fruits, perhaps take it easy, or keep your distance in the coming days.
This is that raw food thing. Some of the nobles are into it these days. I've been to some of their parties. Can't say it's for necessarily my preference, but it does provide a very pleasant exchange.
It is all fresh, and no harm has come to any animal to provide this wonderful food.
I'm going to start digging in.
Okay. It is very fresh, and it does taste nice for the actual fruit and grains that are there. But it is quite raw. There's nothing cooked, and if it's nothing, it's very different to, say, for example, Shifty-Eyed Pete's pies, which were laden with meat and sauce and baked to perfection. It's nice, but it's a different kind of nice.
I'm going to look at Alandra shrewdly and say, back up north, there's talk of, an old fella that lives in the woods. You don't happen to know a fella named Bombadil, do you?
I don't believe I have met his acquaintance. Can you describe him?
Not really. It's just there's stories about an old, kind of a wild man, but does love to sing a lot and lives in the woods. I've never met the fellow myself.
Well, that could be any manner of person, or indeed it could be a fey creature that you describe. They tend to come in and enjoy music. Could you describe what he looks like exactly?
I'll be munching on like a carrot or something here, and with that carrot like a quarter eaten, I'll point the carrot at her and I'll be like, "Now you listen here, lady. Are you a lady? Are you human? You look human, but you kind of look not human too."
I am a lady. That's all you need to know.
So, Your Highness, you're a princess of these parts. Does that mean there is a king or a queen?
No, it's just me and my animal brethren. Why do you ask?
Rein it in, Jace.
Well, usually there's a princess is the daughter of a king or a queen, and on their death she ascends to be queen.
My father is long dead. But it pains me to think about him. Is there something else we can discuss?
How long is Long dead, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh well, in the number of seasons, more than 300, I suspect.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you. How are you finding the food?
Oh well, it's
Fibrous.
juicy, pretty good.
I think my young squirrel friend there, Bindi, has eaten herself into a food coma.
Bindy's on the table, assortment of nuts around her, and she's just rolling around on the table, a very big smile on her face. What's Cinders doing?
Well, Cinders doesn't have to strictly eat, but Cinders is still tucking in.
Okay. So Cinders is nibbling away at some of the fruits, snatching them away from Bindi when she's not looking. Okay,
I'm going to quickly take a look underneath the table because I just want to see if she's got like human legs or if she's if she's got like roots or something. She's still very suspect.
Well, her skin is coloured green, and she has hair of a sort, but it looks like the leaves of a willow tree. When you look underneath the table, the vine and bark's skirt sort of runs down most of the way down to her ankles. So all you see at the is that vine and bark skirt, and then below that green feet that sitting on the ground, and the grass below the feet seems to be radiating. It's just that little bit greener and fresher than the grass nearby.
In the stories of my tribesmen, would I have known what manner of creature this is?
Well, you can make a nature check to have a guess. Anyone can do that, really.
It's a 15 for me.
20.
Okay, so both of you have heard stories about creatures of the forest that of a fey origin that are guardians of the forest and the animals within, and they usually run by the most common name is a nymph, and you suspect that she is a wood nymph of this forest, and is more than likely the guardian of the Eulscliff Woods.
Does Jason know any tales of legendary stories involving wood nymphs?
I thought for a second you were talking about tail, Tail.
Well, do they have tails?
No, not that you're aware of. But as to the other form of tales, you have been made aware of stories of foolish humans besotted by these woodland creatures and being led out into the forests only to disappear and never be heard of again. They're a bit like sirens in some respects, but not usually not as deadly. Most of the time, they're there just to protect the forest, and you've also heard tales of woodcutters and stuff like that fleeing the forest due to the wrath of nymphs and such.
Okay, thank you.
I'm gonna drop the food I'm eating and I'll be like, you're Faye.
I am, but my name is Alandra.
But you eat the food of the Fae and you're trapped forever.
No, that is an old wives' tale. You are free to go, but at least listen to what I have to say.
Can I insight check her?
Sure.
That's 21.
So with the insider check of 21, she is a bit of a guarded creature, but you don't sense anything untoward with what she said. Your knowledge of Fae is not... there is a little bit of knowledge you had and heard of with stories. And while they can entrap, they tend to not try and tell a purposeful lie. It's very difficult for them to do that. It's usually if they're trying to bend the truth, they will obfuscate or misdirect more than lie itself.
I turn to Riki, I pick up a grape, and I'm like, yeah, Donaru vouches for her. She's okay.
Well, that's good to hear. So I turn to Elandra and I say, we are very grateful for your hospitality. I would like to hear how we could possibly be of assistance.
I see. Well, firstly, I should let you know of how I became to know of your presence within my woods. I am aware of people who walk through, but usually I pay them no heed. But a sprightly little squirrel happened to come towards me at one point a few days ago and discuss your previous deeds and your love of animals. And so I knew I quite had the possibility of garnering your help. You see, what has been happening in the recent months has been quite foreboding. I have felt a disturbance within this forest. It is hard to describe, but you might have noticed the byproduct of it, that clay, rainbow clay that seems to be appearing everywhere. I've been trying to keep a handle on it appearing within the forest because it hurts and ultimately kills my poor woodland creatures. But
sorry, what? Say what? It kills? What?
Yes,
no. What?
It does.
Unfortunately, has been poisoned by this clay, Your Highness.
Oh, is that so? Yes, I may be able to heal you of that ail. It at first this arcane madness just creates confusion and frustration, but as it lingers, it gets more and more prolific, and before long you're a raving lunatic and cannot feed yourself, and usually starvation it happens in a week or two.
I can't say anything about those symptoms, but I did step in some of that crap, and I take a look at my foot to see if it's looking. I use my finely honed medical skills to take a peek and see if it looks okay. Oh, I suppose
for that medicine roll.
Check.
I think you should. That's what I'm waiting for.
That would be a 16.
You lift your foot up and have a look, and where you did step on the clay, you see these fine lines of multicolours sort of spidering from the actual point of where you touched it.
Oh, daisy dumper.
It's not moving very much at the moment. It's probably only about half an inch long, but certainly this is the first time you've seen something like this.
So I stick my foot up on the table. Guys, this is not good. This is really not good. This is not me.
I know. And Jace casts prestidigitation to get rid of the smell.
Well, that's not what I was referring to, Jace. But thank you. I think. Look here. You see this? That there is not normal skin color. There's a problem.
I can fix this. And Jace gets his dagger out and gets ready to slice it off.
I pull my Hunga-Munga out and I said, one step closer, Jace.
Gentlemen, calm down. If you do accept this quest, if I were to say such a crass term, then I can heal you of that ail before you proceed.
Wait, what? We have to help you? You're holding this over my head?
Well, I'm holding nothing over your head. I am merely asking if you can help me, and as one of the rewards for such help, I will heal you of that illness.
I look at Jason Riki. She's kind of got me in a bind here, guys.
Let's hear what she wants, and then we can respond accordingly.
I don't think it matters. She said I'm going to die.
Well, I think it would be wise if perhaps we could negotiate something less onerous if she comes up with something quite tricky. But let's hear what she has to say first.
Okay.
I take my foot from the table.
And maybe we can get her to help cure you before we start. That way you'd be of more use.
I think that's a good idea. I agree with that 100%.
As I was saying, this disturbance has occurred recently, only a few months ago. I'm not sure what triggered it, but I was managing to keep the issues at bay until quite recently, when a group of dwarves came into my woods, and I was too preoccupied to give them any notice. But it seems that they were on the lookout for a gem cave that they heard about elsewhere, and in the process they unleashed some sort of being or entity that has accelerated the contamination within this woods, and it's all that I can to keep it in the state that it's currently in. I suspect if someone who is quite resourceful, I suspect yourselves are in this sort of area, would be able to help eliminate this entity such that I can continue to reduce the level of contamination with this in this woods. Now, I understand that doing this for nothing is unheard of, and I'm willing to provide some goods in reply for your services done and rendered. I have a piece of armor that I can enchant with a magical property. I also will be able to craft some potions that might be able to help you later on, if this is of use. And I will also heal you of that ail. Wabani, is it?
Yeah, that's my name. Yep. You said dwarven gem hunters a couple months ago.
That's correct, yes.
And they brought this creature?
I don't think they brought this creature. I suspect some sort of essence has lingered in here for a time immemorial, much before me. I believe that they only unlocked an entity that might be attached to this essence.
Have you seen it?
Have I seen what exactly?
The creature that is tied to this essence?
Myself, no, but one of my woodland friends has caught sight of it. It's some sort of rock creature, I believe.
Well, we are, as you have observed, very resourceful, and I'm sure we can do this thing for you. Riki and I you have no use for armor, unfortunately. You'll notice that Jace hasn't worn any armor since he woke up from that nightmare about the dragons. Is there any other reward that you could find?
Unfortunately, no. Outside of what I have offered you, I don't believe there's anything else I could provide. I mean, you might find some gems within the location of where the dwarves have gone, were you to defeat the entity there.
Has she seen or noticed Jace's crystal chest hair?
Is it out in broad display?
Jace is wearing his shirt in the fashionable manner. I'm not sure what the local fashion is, but
is it a mesh shirt?
He's not seeking to flaunt it.
I believe the local fashion is wearing vines and bark, but it's really up to you, Jace, whether you are displaying this or not.
No, he's not then.
Okay.
Does Wabani wear armor? Is it?
No one. Jace, I don't think anyone
you've
wears
known me
armor.
for how many weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks?
Yeah.
I've been wearing the same bloody clothes day in, day out. I almost had a new set of clothes for a short bit back there, but...
Well, maybe
so none of us wear armor. Yeah.
Maybe we can get the forest creatures to weave you a new set of clothes, Wabani.
I just, it's a good idea, Riki. I'm happy to have new clothes. I think. I mean, these ones seem adequate, but yeah, now that it's been mentioned, I didn't actually notice, Jace, that you didn't wear your armor today. Why not?
Jace gives the princess a suspicious look and says, "I'll happy to talk more about this later, Wabani."
Right. Sure. As you like.
If this armor is not what you need, I may be able to fashion it into a cloak instead. But that would be as far as I would be able to go to.
Ooh, that could be quite excellent. We would appreciate that, Princess.
I get a look on my face, and I pull my backpack off, and I pull out my toothbrush, and I'm like, what about this? Would you enchant my toothbrush?
What exactly does that device do?
It cleans my teeth.
I see. No, I'm not familiar with those sorts of materials.
So wait, this creature is probably a couple of thousands of years old and doesn't clean its teeth. What is her smile like?
Make a perception check.
Auto character. I had no idea where that was going, but
Oh, that's a 22.
That's Cinder's rolling.
Well, Cinders is looking too. Why can't Cinders be looking at this lady's teeth also, because I've rolled an 8.
The teeth are a uniform green, exactly the same color as her skin.
She needs a toothbrush.
Well, I mean, she still looks pretty cute, even with green teeth. I mean, did you notice her fingernails? They got a weird look to them, too. Anyways, aside the point, I guess. So, these dwarves, you figure that they released this essence, or they released a creature that was tied to this essence.
I don't think it's the essence itself, but a creature that is amplifying that essence.
Do you know what this essence is? Like, is it like evil?
I don't exactly know. I have spent a bit of time examining it. It's certainly older than me. Much, much older than me. The only thing I can determine from it is it's arcane in nature.
I don't suppose you maybe know whether or not. I mean, this is probably from left field. Not sure, but I don't suppose it's tied to Lord and Lee, is it?
I do not know this Lord and Lee you speak of. Is he a villain?
No, it was a shot in the dark, really. I didn't think you would, old lady or young or, well, Bonnie help me.
Elandra.
Yes, Elandra, right. Yeah, no, never mind. It was just a stray thought. I don't know, Riki, what the heck should we do here? I don't want to die.
I think dying is a question for another day. However, I think we should help.
It's at this point that poor Bindi wakes up from her stupor and gives you a thumbs up there, Riki.
I scratch her on the belly and tuck her into the backpack.
She sort of curls up and if a squirrel could purr, she would be purring at this point.
At this point, I'm probably, after remembering or thinking about death, I pull out my wineskin, I drop back down to the chair, and I start sipping.
Say, now, Wabani, if death really does scare you, perhaps we should get your foot seen too.
Well, I just started thinking about Alarak again. Maybe I should go and join him. I don't know. I don't want to die.
No, of course you don't. But you are brave, are you not?
Oh, of course.
You can't live your life in retreat, surely.
That's a good point. Lately, I've kind of noticed some strange things. I think Donnaru's trying to teach me something. You're right. We should move on, I guess.
Wise man. Now, I point to his foot. Can we please do something about that? I'm a little bit tired of this cloud effect that he keeps doing.
So, does this mean that you're agreeing to the terms?
Are there any terms that we haven't been told of?
No, I have stated what I need you to do. You need to remove that entity from existence and then come back to me with what you know.
How does one remove it from existence? I'm presuming you're talking about killing it in combat?
If that is within your grasp, yes.
What would happen if we brought it back here?
What, alive?
Unconscious?
I could probably finish it off, but if it was unconscious, why couldn't you finish it off?
I don't know. I thought maybe you wanted it alive.
No, it's making it difficult for me to fight this essence, so I would like to have it removed. If you were to take it with you, that's up to you, but it needs to either be destroyed or taken out of the forest.
Well, Wabani, if you can find a way to make it your friend, perhaps we can take it with us.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not keen onto the pet business, but I guess we'll see what we'll see. Now, there's stories about your people up north. Okay, so maybe you're not related to Mr. Bombadil, but I heard too that some of your people like to steal the years from people. You're not going to steal my youth, are you?
No, I will be simply healing you of the thing that ails you.
And there's no cost.
The cost is agreeing to perform the request I ask for.
And I'll look at Jace. Should we get a contract, Jace?
I think you're thinking of the fiends. The Fae are less into the written contracts from the stories I've heard.
All right. I mean, Donneru did vote for her, so... All right. Landra, princess. So where do we find this creature?
Glitterhorn will show you where he is, or it is.
What's
as she turns to look at the deer that has been guiding you so far.
His name is Glitterhorn.
It is, yes.
Is that a family name? Is he from the family Glitterhorn?
No, I named him myself for the sparkly nature of his horns. Why, do you like it?
It's delightful. Now, shall we proceed?
So, you called him Glitterhorn. How come you didn't call him, like, Glitter Antler?
I don't think we need to answer the rest of that question. Let's keep going.
Well, I'm just curious if its antlers fall off, because they look magical.
She looks at you with a quizzical nature. Oh, these antlers do not detach from its head.
Never? Like, when the seasons change, it doesn't lose its antlers? Like the regular deer?
Like I said, that's why I called him Glitterhorn.
Oh, that's weird. Okay. It sounds good by me. Strange creatures.
And she looks towards you and beckons you forward while putting her hand in her pocket.
Because Donneru's vouched for her, I walk up.
Okay.
Confidence.
So as you walk towards her, you walk around the table towards her, she pulls the thing that she was handling in her pocket, and you see the sparkle of some crystal rocks or some sort of precious stone in her hand, and with her other hand she holds it to your chest and says, "Just stand still." And she starts to mutter an incantation that seems somewhat familiar to you, but also different. And you feel this rush of warmth, very similar to when you performed the Lesser Restoration, but stronger. And that tingling in the back of your head that was that arcane madness seems to disappear. And while this is happening, those rocks in her hand glow brightly and then fade to dust that blows off into the wind. And you look down and you see that those snaking web-like multicolored strands have disappeared from your foot.
Ooh, I feel strangely better and more relieved. I think that I ought to say thank you.
That's okay. You should be careful when you walk for the next hour. You could feel a little bit woozy, but it will pass.
Can we call him Glitterfoot?
Oh, no, please don't.
Yes, please.
No. That's,
yes.
That
doesn't...
Come on, Glitterfoot.
Come, Glitterfoot.
Don't even
let's solve
put
this
that
mystery.
in your... Oh, crappy carnations, come on. That's totally not even worthy of going in your book.
What? No, I'm writing Glitterhorn in my book.
Yeah, because that's the name of that stag over there. Sure, fine.
Oh. Come
And
on.
then I get this.
Let's go.
My
Go
eyes
under the
pop
foot,
up,
hop to it.
and just before I pull out my wooden boar and I hold it up to her and says, just quick question, Miss Alandra, or Princess Alandra, Queen Alandra, Princess, Queen. Do you know anything about this? Right, Princess.
Yes, I will have a look. Thank you. But as to looking for the location of these dwarves, it's getting quite late, and you can see that the light has certainly faded away while you've been talking with her. She goes, I'm happy to have you sleep here for the night and head out the next morning. It might be better, unless, of course, you want to go out tonight. It's entirely up to you.
Oh, no, that would be delightful. We can stay here and perhaps compensate you for some amateur tattoo removal.
And
Wait, what's that?
She takes the wooden boar from you and looks at it slowly, and she goes, that's most intriguing. I will be needing this over the night to examine it more closely if you're happy for me to do that.
I put my hand over her hand that's holding the wooden boar, and again I look up and I'm like, Donru, is this blessed by your hand?
Make another religion check.
Ah, shit.
If you're going to keep asking for your deity.
18.
That's a good roll.
Whew.
So you feel this feeling in the back of your head, and it's almost like someone speaking into your mind, and she says, "My dear Wabani, it is okay. You have nothing to fear from Princess Alandra. She will provide you, hopefully, some more insight into that item." And then the feeling goes, and that happiness that you had momentarily with that direct connection with your goddess slowly fades away.
I fall over in euphoria.
Which is very strange to, I'm assuming, Jason Riki seeing Wabani just stand there dumbstruck for the last 30 seconds and then falling over.
Ricky, was he drinking again? I didn't see.
Well, I think if he ate enough of the fruit, he's bound to have enough hops and other things in his belly already, so goodness knows what's actually happened in there.
Jace pokes at him with his toe just to see what happens.
What happens?
Should I do a constitution saving throw? Because I don't think I'm going to release any gas, no. I don't move. I think I'm still euphoric. You see me, I have this big grin on my face, and I'm just kind of lost in the moment.
Jace turns to Princess Alandra and says, Your Highness, the stories say the Fae have a love for music and song. And
Oh, God.
may I play for you?
If it pleases you, sure. Oh no! Natural one.
Oh, boy.
Jace
So
very
what-
quickly puts his lute
Are you using a lute?
I
Yes.
suspect this performance is going to unsummon cinders, isn't it?
I get up out of my euphoria with my hands on my ears. Oh my God.
So, Princess Alandra has a gracious host. So she doesn't say anything to offend you, Jace, but she make an insight check while you're playing.
It's all right. You know what? She's thousands of years old, and you'll be dead soon. She can tolerate it.
You can see that at some of the notes that you hit badly, the lute must be quite untuned since the last time you've played. That there is a tightening in the eyes where those notes just twang horribly.
Jay spends the next half hour tuning his lute.
I stumbled to my feet. Jace, that was terrible. Terrible.
Thank you, Abani.
I mean, normally
Go back to sleep now.
You woo the ladies. That was not the wooing type thing that you've done before.
I'm aware. It's the fruit. It's upset my belly. I couldn't concentrate on the music.
Ah, I see. I'm going to turn to Riki. Riki, Donaru talked to me. It was amazing.
Finally.
Yeah, she told me the fog clouds gave me thumbs up.
Are you sure that was Donaru?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, just stop doing the fog clouds there, please.
I smile and just wait and watch.
Alright, as long as it's the right time for everything, I guess, at some point. I wander across to the princess, and I think I've got some scientific points or questions to ask her about the forest and the creatures in it and all kinds of stuff that I'm interested in. So I figure since I've got the time, I just wander over and just have a chat.
Okay, that's fine. Is there anything while this is happening with Riki? Is there anything you guys want to do before you prepare for sleep for the night?
Not for me. I'm still pretty elated. So I just sit down in my little thing, a little bit away from Jace and his loot for the moment.
I say, Princess Alandra?
Yes, my child.
I talk very quietly so the others can't hear. I say, can you make things sparkly?
Can I make things sparkly? I don't know exactly what you're saying, my child. Can you be a little bit more specific?
If somebody had a tattoo and they were asleep, could you make it sparkly?
Oh, God.
As an homage to your beauty.
That is an unusual request. I could try, as long as the person who has the tattoo is happy that for me to do it.
He's very shy.
And 100 gold pieces of diamond dust.
Go on.
He's very shy. He would be embarrassed to ask.
Make a deception roll.
That's a 16.
She looks at you, and there's a knowing smile in her eyes. She goes, "Now, Riki, I think there is more to this than what you're saying. Please, be honest with me."
Oh, I just thought it might be a fun thing to do. That's all. Paul Wabani was a problem with the drink, and in one of his jaunts, some of his friends took him on an adventure and gave him a tattoo that he didn't know about. So I just thought it might be nice for him if it was made a little glittery.
I see. Well, the Fae are ones that enjoy a good prank or two sometimes. There might be something I could do tonight while he's asleep.
It's a gnome. If you can make it look like a pixie or a fairy, that would be particularly spectacular.
I see. Well, I will see what I can do.
Really appreciate your creativity on this, Princess Alandra.
It's okay, my child. Is there anything else you'd like to talk about?
Oh no, everything's pretty good. I've got my forest friends. I'm learning things about the wilderness. I've got a friend about to get an extra sparkly tattoo. Nope, the world is all good.
Lovely. Before you go, I must say that if you do this job, which it looks like you are going to do, I might have something extra for you that you might like, but I won't say anything until you return.
Oh, that would be particularly kind, even if it is a sparkly tattoo of my very own.
Okay. So, as the rest of the group starts preparing for the night's rest, the animals have disappeared for the night and have probably returned to wherever they live. And is there anything you guys want to do, or do you want to move on to the next morning?
Happy to move on.
Me too.
So is there anyone going on watch tonight, or are you all having a nice, well-earned rest?
I'm going to lay out the silver thread and set the alarm spell as part of a ritual, and then I think I'm going to have a good long sleep.
So will this alarm include Princess Alandra?
No.
So when she walks over the alarm, it will trigger?
Oh, sorry. No. She can come and go without triggering it.
Right, okay.
She's meant to be here. We're not afraid of her.
So you're including her?
Mostly.
Okay. So you guys aren't doing a watch then? Is that the... I'm just double checking, that's all.
Yeah, no watch.
You
Nope.
keep asking. I'm starting to feel like I should do a watch. I don't know.
No, it's okay. I just want to know, that's all.
Okay,
No
I set the forest friends. Bindi and Cinders are doing a watch. They're taking turns. I'm sleeping.
You have this niggling feeling in the back of your head that Cinders and Bindi should be looking after you. Okay, so the night goes by uneventfully. Can I get you to make a perception check with disadvantage, please, Wabani?
What? Bugger, okay. A 1 and a 2. So that's the 1 comes out as an 8.
Okay. So the sleep is quite peaceful, and you all have a well-earned rest. In the morning, that tattoo of yours, Wabani, seems to be itching a little bit.
When I wake up, I just scratch it. It's like, damn thing, why is it itching again? Hell's bells. I thought that I got used to that. What did he say? It was a gargoyle when I talked to that last fella? Anyway.
As you're scratching the back of the small of your back, Princess Alandra comes towards you, holding the wooden ball, and hands it over to you, and looks you in the eye and goes, "Wabani, this item you have has a strong connection to the goddess Donaru, from what I can tell."
I gathered. I mean, I had a dream about it, but how? Why?
I don't know exactly, but it's almost the same but different to that presence within the forest. But where that presence within the forest that you are to look into burns and sears your mind, this one is like a calming crash of a small wave on a distant shore. It rocks you to sleep, as it were. I suspect that you can learn a lot from this item, and you should keep it close to you, as I suspect your goddess is close to you in general.
Oh, there's some wise words, but scary words too. I mean, I know Donru's got my back. I've learned that, so that's great. But she's a goddess, and you're saying this presence in the forest is godlike? I mean, hell's bells. We can't deal with a god.
Well, I will be dealing with that. I just want you to deal with that entity that has spawned off that essence, I suspect.
You can deal with a god?
In the form that it is, yes.
That is Ricky, that's amazing.
Well, Riki's is not right there at the moment. She's just talking to you privately.
Oh, okay. And I sit there and I scratch my temple for a bit. It's some excellent things to know.
Make an insight check.
That is a 22.
You see the touch of a smirk to her face as you're scratching your back.
Interesting. And as she's smirking, I'm like, oh my goodness, Princess Alandra. Yes. I think I know. You know what? I think I know why I was destined to meet you. Look, it's the most interesting thing happened a few days ago. We were traveling along, and an event happened, and well, some of the stuff about the event we don't need to worry about. But after the event, I felt really empowered, and for some strange reason, I knew that I could now brew alcohol, and I think I'm here to meet you so that you would give me some amazing Fayish recipe.
I do not have any alcoholic recipes for you, but I can certainly give you some fresh grain that you could possibly use to brew yourself. Should make for a wonderfully fresh beverage.
I'm sure that it's got to be the ticket then. Must be. I would happily take such grains in payment. Wait. I can't make that kind of a deal without my friends. My associates. All right. Well, let's see what happens after we've had our adventure. I thank you for your help.
And I thank you for your help, destined and within the next day. Oh, and one more thing, Wabani. I think you could consider that wooden boar a bit like a holy symbol to Donaru. So it might be good to pray to it each night. Donaru would definitely be listening.
You kid, holy symbol, you say? And I hold up the wooden boar and I compare it with my hungamunga. Well, it's a lot simpler to carry than this. Some things to think about. And I walk off to rejoin. Is Jace awake?
You'd probably be waking up now, yes.
Okay. Then I won't kick him awake. Aw. I wasn't going to kick you awake, Jace.
Thank you.
Well, hey, Jace, you know what? This wooden boar, definitely a Donaru artifact. Told ya.
You told me a lot of things, Wabani, but I'm glad that you're pleased with it.
Indeed. Anyway, I'm thinking I'm feeling pretty good this morning. We should probably get going. Where did Riki go?
I'm right here.
Oh, kind of popped up out of nowhere.
If I do that, the ferns and bushes are very high and I'm very short. Apologies.
Shall we get moseying?
Yes, most definitely. I'm itching to run and attack and then scream and almost die.
You're joking, right?
Yes, completely. Nothing bad could ever happen in this place.
Yes, indeed. Well, it's not going to be a hell of a walk. Do you think that, Riki, do you think that, what's her name, Glitterhorn there will give us a ride?
Well, we could always ask.
You're aware you still have your horses, right?
There we go. We hop on the horses and ride.
No, that's
Just
right.
saying.
I thought we left them behind. But
Just
yes,
the wagon.
you're right. We did.
See?
We just left the wagon behind.
Come, Pinkety. Come, let's ride.
Hi-ho, Pinkety.
All right. So you mount your horses and start to follow Glitterhorn. I'm glad you love the name.
I do.
It's the name a 5-year-old might name a deer.
Or yes,
Uh,
you're a dirty-minded teenage boy.
Sure, okay, we could look at it that way.
Okay, let's head off. Lead the way, Glitterhorn.
Keep up, Glitterfoot.
Okay, so Alandra waves goodbye as you head in a sort of a northeasterly direction, which is almost the opposite direction to where you came from, following a ridgeline for about half an hour before descending back into the forest proper. And it takes about the better part of a 2-hour travel, maybe a little bit longer than that. But after a little while, you see up ahead a clearing, a rather rocky clearing. And as you get closer, you see that the terrain is quite rocky, and you notice a small campsite within this clearing. There seems to be one cart, a few tents, and a small unlit campfire are contained within. Near the campsite, at the highest point in the clearing, seems to be an area approximately 100 feet in diameter that is covered in a blue crust-like material. You can see at one point a blue, very viscous foam oozing out, and further along, this foam has been baked by the sun to create a blue cake-like consistency. There seems to be a slightly metallic smell to the area, similar to what a blacksmith smells like.
So do not touch anything that's come out of the ground.
Yeah, of course. I learned my lesson. I think. I don't want to die. That's a good lesson.
All right. Do we look around? Shall we roll some perception checks and see if we see anything of interest? I've got Cinders is scouting around and looking around as well at this point.
Okay.
I'm not going to get anywhere near the camp with Avenida because she's like such a big. She's a draft horse. She's huge. Gotta stay back. We should leave Avenida back here if we're going to get in close.
Okay, so you're leaving the horses on the edge of the clearing?
I think it's a good idea if I leave Avenida back here. Your guys' horses would probably be okay.
Oh, I don't think I would want to take Pinkety into danger as well, so Pinkety gets left on the edge of the clearing as well.
I mean, is there a specific danger that we're concerned about here?
Not. There's no animals nearby. I mean, Cinders doesn't sense any creature nearby, but she can make an investigation or someone can make an investigation of the campsite to see if there's anything of note. But you don't see anything so far.
Chase, I mean,
Okay.
You don't remember the story that she told us about the dwarves? This must be their camp.
So Riki makes her way in carefully and has a look around. That's an investigation check of 26.
Okay. So, doing an investigation of the campsite itself, you find the following items. It's a campsite that's been there, from what you can gather, similar to the time that Princess Alandra mentioned, probably 1 to 2 months. It's filled with equipment that would be used for mining. There's picks and shovels, wheelbarrows, barrels filled with water, food rations, and also around there's some tents and bedrolls and other materials used for cooking and such. There's also one cart.
Any sign of anything that's happened to anyone who was here?
Nothing. If you were looking for tracks and whether there's disturbance with tracks and stuff like that, you'd have to make a survival check.
You mentioned a cart. Is there a horse or a mule?
No horses. No animals nearby.
Any signs that there has been one in the past?
So, as you're thinking about this, Riki makes a examination of the tracks in and around the campsite with a survival check of 14. And what she gathers is that there doesn't seem to be any and it's a few months old, these tracks, so not everything is clear as day, but from what you can tell, it just seems to be like a normal campsite where people were walking back and forth. There's no deep gouges or big scuff marks where there could have been some sort of engagement, and there's a mixture of small humanoid feet along with pony-sized animals, but those ponies are obviously not here anymore, and they seem to have been taken into the forest. As to where they are now, you're not sure.
What do we make of the blue crust? Is it coming from anywhere in particular?
But it looks to be, with an investigation of 26, like you did before, it looks to be something that's oozing out of the ground. And as you say that, you hear another slurp as a bit more of that blue viscous foam sort of slurps out from the middle and then oozes off to the side, a bit like, a weird looking lava.
Do we see anything else? Like anything about the source of this stuff? Is there other cave entrances nearby? What's going on?
Well, the ground here is very rocky, and there's a lot of this blue foam covering over it. If you were to guess, you would say that the cave entrance is probably underneath this blue foam.
Sparklefoot, can you stick your foot in the blue foam, see if anything happens?
I clearly, if you're talking to me, I'm not there. I'm back with Avenida, not in the clearing, waiting for you guys to finish your investigation.
I'm going to, by the way, I'm going to throw in the stuff that's in the miners' camp into the party sheet for you.
Ooh, cool.
Thank you.
A lot of it's very heavy, so take what you need. But there is a cart there.
So there is a cart we could hitch a horse to, for instance. Are the wheels still intact?
It looks like in workable order, yes.
So clearly whoever was here either ran off in a hurry or didn't get to run off at all.
So you've just examined the campsite itself. The track. There's also some tracks that lead off away from the cart site. That's the campsite. That look a little bit more suspicious. Like the gate was deliberately slower than normal. Oh, you also find some coins, so I've thrown that into the parcel. You found 21 gold, 15 electrum, 100 silver, and 23 copper.
Where did they find that? Do I notice them finding coins?
In and around the campsite in general. It would have been Riki who would have found them because she was the one performing the investigation.
Riki makes sure everyone has their fair share.
I shout from where Avenida is. What you got there, Riki? What's that? What do you got in your hands over there?
The coins or everything else? We've got lots of things.
Is it safe?
As safe as I am aware it could be.
Should I bring Avenida there, or should I keep her out here?
I would leave her out there.
So I hobble Avenida. You stay here, Avenida. It'll be okay. I'll be back in a minute. And I go join them in the campsite.
What are you doing with Wildmane at the moment, Jace? Are you still on the edge of the clearing?
To this point, Jace has been on the edge of the clearing, astride Wildmane, with Wabani heading in. Jace might do the same, and hobble Wildmane and go to have a bit of a closer look at where Riki indicated that it looked like there might be the entrance.
That doesn't look the same as that other shit I stepped in. What is that? Does it have a smell?
Yes. As you look over it, another bit of blue viscous foam sort of bubbles up from the center, and you get another, and the wind sort of blows in towards you. You get another smell of that metallic nature, like a copper on the tongue or such.
But it doesn't smell like the prismatic clay that I stepped in.
Make a history check.
Oh, joy. That is a 9.
It's hard to tell. You get the feeling that there's similarities between the two, but it's hard to connect the dots for you. You're not quite sure.
So they abandoned the camp. Did they rush out of here, Riki? Was there a fight?
Somebody left slowly, so I don't exactly know what happened. I suspect it's not good. Can I walk over to where that blue... No blood. Can I walk over to where that big blue crust is and start poking at it with the big stick?
You can, yes. So as you poke it with the stick, little bits of it break off. It seems quite fragile, and it cracks off and sort of moves off to the side a little bit. But there's nothing else. Like it doesn't explode or anything. It just looks like a very dry, like foam that is dried out in the sun. So it's crumbly.
So you're saying it's covering the entrance to the cave? Is it hollow behind it, or it's just literally filled the cave?
Well, you can't tell. All you can see is this large mass of blue substance over a lot of the clearing here, with the center of this blue mass seems to be oozing that blue foam. And if you were to hazard a guess, it would be that's where that blue foam is bubbling.
What if we set fire to it? Does anyone have any thoughts about that?
Wait. Here, look. I grab one of the shovels, and I go over to beside where Riki is, and I try to shovel some of it out of the way. You think that there's the entrance is here underneath this?
Could be. I mean, maybe whatever we're looking for isn't still in the cave.
What if I make a hole big enough for cinders to go through?
I suppose we could try that.
So I try to shovel enough of the blue foam away to make a hole for cinders.
Okay, so it'll you could certainly try this. It might take a while to do so, as long as you're happy with spending time to do this.
Well,
while they're doing that, whatever they're doing, I'll just sit there thinking my idea is the best thing since sliced bread and start shoveling away.
Okay, so it'll take you probably the better part of probably 2 hours to shovel away, because you're trying to be careful not to touch it. Shovel away this blue crusty material, and after about just on the edge of the second hour, you find the entrance into the cave system, and there is a bit of a slop as more of that viscous foam-like substance comes out, but you manage to move out of it. It's not particularly quick, and you could probably keep shoveling down into the entrance. It seems to be oozing out of the entrance at this stage, but you could keep shoveling into it to proceed within.
What do you guys think? Look, it looks like I'm starting to make progress. I know you've been patient, but it shouldn't be too much longer. And backbreaking work. Come on, Jace. I mean, what? I'm supposed to be leading this dodgy brothers. What the hell?
And you're leading so well, Wabani.
That's terrible inspiration. Terrible.
While Wabani was doing all this, Jason's actually keen to give Riki's idea a go, and he casts Firebolt at a patch of the blue stuff to see what happened.
So you as you fire off a firebolt, it sort of explodes in a puff of dust, and it crumbles away. But it's a large puff of dust. There's not too much wind, so the dust settles down fairly quickly. But if you were to probably launch say, for example, a fireball, you'd get a much bigger explosion of dust into the air.
Okay, so would launching repeated firebolts into the hole be more efficient than shoveling at it?
Probably same speed, but a bit more dangerous due to the kicking up of dust.
Okay. All right, Jace picks up another shovel and he goes to help Wabani.
Riki tracks around the edge of the camp, looking for other evidence of other tracks that she might not have spotted.
Okay, so while these two are shoveling away, you start looking for probably the most viable tracks, and that one that you noticed before with the slow gait could be of value, and you follow it, and it leads to off into the woods a little bit it leaves the clearing and enters into the woods just to the west of the clearing. Do you continue into the woods?
What kind of tracks are they?
Small humanoid in nature. If you were to guess, probably a dwarf.
Well, I follow slowly. How old are the tracks?
These ones are a little bit older. A little bit younger than most of the tracks are there, so more recent. As you follow the tracks, it takes you probably about 20 minutes, but you catch sight of a small form of a bundle of clothes nearby, leaning up against a rock.
Is it like somebody's taking clothes off, or is it a body or a sleeping dwarf?
It looks like some sort of humanoid form resting against the rock, from what you can tell.
Is it breathing? Is there skin, or is it skeleton?
You spend a bit of time to look at the form. Can I get you to make a perception check, please?
Yeah, that's a 10.
So you spend the next 2 minutes just watching it, and you don't see any discernible movement in the chest area to see that if it's breathing or not.
I call out, "Hail, friend."
And you hear a coughing coming from the form. Who's that?
I'm a traveller. I've been going through these parts. I found a strange abandoned camp nearby and followed your tracks here. Do you need assistance?
I think I'm beyond assistance. Why are you here? And as he says this, he rolls over to look at you, and you can see what looks to be a haggard-looking dwarf, multicolored veins running all over his face, almost covering his face entirely.
What happened? What happened, friend? My name is Riki. If you tell me what happened, perhaps I can get somebody to help you.
Riki. We were digging about a week ago, and we were looking for some gems in the caves below, and one of my colleagues he arrived months ago. Yeah.
Okay, Riki's confused. That's all timeline-wise. But continue, dwarf.
So he at that point he pulls out a stopper from a bottle that he's holding onto it and takes a long swig, and then weakly drops it back down and goes, "We dug into a cavern looking for some more gems, and this we came across this multicolored light, and it burnt my friend to cinders, and then some sort of stone creature came out and started attacking my friends. I turned and ran, and as I was leaving, I stepped on that blue ooze, but I managed to get out and got out probably about the cave entrance about 15 feet from here and collapsed. And then I think I fell asleep.
Did that creature follow you?
I don't know, but if it did, I don't think I'd be talking to you right now.
Are you able to tell me where the cave entrance is? For you said 15 feet from there. That must be a second entrance. Can you please tell me where it is?
He lifts his arm weakly and points off to a small outcropping that you can see about 10 feet from him. He goes, over there.
Thank you, friend. Is there anything that I can do for you?
Please. And then you see his eyes sort of gloss over for a minute, and he looks at you, and there's a rabid look in his eyes, and he picks up the bottle weakly and tries to throw it at you and goes, ah! He's starting to look a bit angry and not with it.
Okay, so I'm going to presume that you're infected with that horrific substance. I see you're unwell. Oh, goodness. I have a look at him and I have a think about how long he might possibly last.
As you're looking at him, he starts to crawl at you very, very slowly.
Oh dear. Alright, so I have a look at him and I have a bit of a think, and then I fire off. I decide he'd probably be best being put out of his misery rather than wait.
Euthanize.
I think it's the kindest. So I cast Toll the Dead on him.
Okay, hang on. Okay, so as he walks towards you, crawls towards you, he this loud gong sounds above his head. And can you roll a second D12? Because it's a level 5 cantrip now. And the eyes start to bleed, and that look of madness becomes enraged before he collapses to the ground, and what remaining strength he had seems to leave him.
I'm so sorry. Be on your way, friend.
And he has passed.
And no one else gets that XP.
So that took you about 20 minutes to do so.
Okay, I make a mental note of where the other cave entrance is, sneak up to it and have a look to see if it's open.
It's a small cave entrance, probably about 4 feet by 4 feet. So some of the taller people might have to crawl in, but it looks, with your dark vision, you see that it progresses in up to the limit of your dark vision. The sides of the cave entrance look rather smooth.
Okay, so I make my way back to where Jason and Wabani are. Hopefully I can move a bit faster because I'm not tracking anything. And I go back and check on them and make extra special care that they're not inhaling that grotty dust stuff.
I think when you get back, you'll notice that Wobani and Jace are kind of sitting down, relaxing, sipping at the wineskin instead of shoveling.
This is a relief.
And when you arrive, Wobani jumps to his feet and pretends to start shoveling again.
No, stop. Stop.
Uh,
This stuff is bad. Just keep away from it. It's as infectious as that other gold stuff is.
right.
And I explained to them what's happened. I came across a dwarf. He was almost dead. He was able to hold it enough together to tell me what had happened to him and his party, and I explained about the creature and the cave and everything, and I say, but then, unfortunately, he was taken over by the dust and tried to kill me, and I had to put him out of his misery.
Oh.
But there's another cave entrance. That's the good news. We don't have to dig our way through this stuff.
Well, here, Riki, maybe you need to drink some of this to deal with having to take a life like that.
I shake my head and I say, thank you very much for the thought, but I've paused in somber reflection and I'm ready to move on.
So you said you found another entrance.
I did.
Well, do we need to take our horses with us? Do you think they'll be okay over there?
We can take our horses and leave them on the edge of the clearing again, I suspect.
Oh, okay.
So that other entrance is probably about 100 feet from where you are at the moment.
Yes, so we can make our way there.
Oh, I think Avenida will be fine then if it's that close. I follow after Riki.
And Jace continues to dig?
Yeah.
Jason's going to follow as well.
Okay. All right, so you walk up following Riki, and you notice a small bundle of rags next to a rock. And it looks like it might be the dwarf that Riki was mentioning before.
I'll grab a stick and kind of start poking the dwarf.
Hey!
So the dwarf doesn't move, but as you're poking, one of its arms sort of rolls out from underneath its body, and you see that his arm is covered in those web-like multicolored strands that seems to be all over his body.
I jump back. Oh shit, look at that.
Yeah, I think we need to be very careful, and I also think that the princess can probably help us if we get a little infected, but let's not try our luck, hey?
Makes sense. You didn't notice that he had any of these gems that she was talking about, did you?
No, I didn't search his body for gems, no, but feel free to go for it now if you'd like.
I will poke his body a little bit more with a stick.
Make a general dexterity check.
That is a 17.
Okay, so you poke his body looking for anything. You go at it for about 10 minutes, and at that point, you found a little pouch on his back pocket that you managed to work your way out with the stick, and it lands at the ground right next to his ass. There's a little small chink of metal inside.
I try to open it with a stick as well.
Make another dexterity check. Oh my god!
Natural 20, 23.
Natural 20 for the most unrequired needed to do so. So with a deftness that even surprises Riki and Jace, you find the loop that is securing this little pouch and flick it open, and the pouch opens and small coins spill onto the ground. Most of them are copper and silver.
Ah, shit. I was curious to see what kind of gems would bring these dwarves out here and cause such havoc. No such luck. I leave it where it lies.
Okay. All right, so you guys going to continue onwards?
Yeah.
All right, so it doesn't take you long to find the actual entrance into the cave. Are you guys heading in? It's quite dark there, like pitch black at the moment.
I gather myself in preparation for heading in. I feel like I need a tea break.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll boil the water.
Do you want, we can start our break now if you'd like.
I thought that was serious. Yeah,
Or
that'd be great.
no, I mean I can. It's around the right time.
Let's do that then.
Okay, so we'll come back in about just under 7 minutes, I think. We'll see you guys soon.
Yep.
You are listening to ADlibnD. Now let's get back to the adventure. Welcome back, welcome back. We have the party just about to explore a mysterious cave system. So back to you guys. Are you managing to go in there?
That's an interesting looking entrance. I don't suppose Cinders wants to go take a look-see, like a real quick one?
I think that's a really smart idea.
Phew, I thought you were going to say no.
Okay, so I send Cinders in for a look around.
Okay, just hold on a second.
That's never good.
No, I'm just setting up the map.
With the creatures.
That's
a
right.
big one.
Although it's the biggest map, hopefully it won't take too long to load. Let me know when it does.
Okay. You've grayed out some areas?
I should have, yes.
Yep. Ah, crap.
I'm not very good at doing a squeaking noise, but then Cinders is being quiet and snuffly, so it wouldn't be squeaking.
Well, I've got... Don't have a weasel.
Just checking that Jason Wabani, do you see the map now?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good. So yes, the cave, it's a small cave entrance. It leads up, and Cinders wanders along, and then the cave entrance breaks. There's some stuff to the north and some stuff to the east.
Can Cinders smell anything either way?
She make a perception check.
Right, her little weaselly nose wriggles. And wriggles a 12.
Okay, she can actually roll with advantage, I believe. She can roll again. Ooh.
Well, she got a critical nose wriggle. That is a 23.
All right, so that acrid smell of like burnt metal is coming from both the northern passageway and the eastern one, but it's a little bit stronger coming from the eastern passageway.
Okay, well she goes that way.
You're making funny face noises, Riki. What's going on? What are you sensing?
Oh, something smells terrible.
So you're getting about to the edge of your link with to telepathically talk to Cinders where she is.
Okay, guys, I think we need to start making our way in. Cinders hasn't spotted anything directly dangerous, and I think we need to follow after her a little bit. Are you alright with that?
Let's go in.
Did she give you an indication of how bright it was? Like, am I going to need a torch?
It's pitch black.
Okay, I need a torch.
So as you enter the cave, you notice it's a relatively smooth surface of dark grey rock. Metallic smell you noted on the surface is stronger here, leaving a coppery taste in your mouth. There is no light or light source, and the area feels dry, and you cannot hear any noises further down the cave entrance.
Okay, so we walk in and then send cinders as far ahead as I can without going beyond that distance.
So Cinders moves up a little bit further and then catches sight of that what seems to be a grey viscous material, but she is only using her dark vision, so it's hard to tell colours from here.
Okay. I think we just... Is it moving? What's happening? It just smells bad.
It smells really bad, that same metallic smell, and you get the feeling it's that same viscous blue foam. Actually, make an intelligence check, Riki.
Will do. Well, that is a 22.
You stand there for a moment and think back to the lessons you've had about spatial awareness and or spatial awareness, and you get the feeling that traveling off any further to the east is going to lead you to that entrance that Wabani and Jace were trying to dig out at the first.
Okay, so I think that way is pretty blocked. So I decide let's explore to the north and see what we can find. And I give Cinders a scratch on the head as she scuttles past. She goes up to the north.
Okay, so she moves up, and you get the feeling that there is a larger cavern up ahead, but it's hard to make out anything in this darkness.
Alright, so she keeps going north.
Okay, so what you get to see about here is this seems to be like the first main cavern since the surface, and it looks like this is where the dwarfs have been mining operations. There are some scattered barrels, sacks, and mining equipment, a broken table, and a couple of chairs. Off to the north of this cavern is a bundle of cloth, and over to the east there seems to be some rags underneath the local rockfall. There's a little bit more of that blue viscous material that seems to be resting on the floor.
So we've had bad experiences in the past with rags and bundles of cloth.
You are welcome to set them on fire as we go past if you'd like.
Well, gold and gems don't burn.
No, they don't.
Alright, Chase is going to shoot some firebolts into one of the bundles of cloth from a distance.
From a distance.
Jesus.
What's the firebolt is 120, isn't it?
Yeah, but dark vision 60, so I guess 60 feet.
Yeah, we have to be 60 feet. So show me where you're standing, because you can't see anything from where you are. I'm talking about Chase.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm sneaking
I'm
into.
not sure which thing. I'm not sure which thing is the rags.
So the rags are the ones to the north.
The round things.
The rags are underneath cloth is there, and rags underneath the local rockfall is there.
Okay, well, Jace will sort of stand there, which is probably about 60 feet.
Oops, sorry, I deleted that torch. Do you want to add that back again, Wabani?
Yep.
Well, okay, so let me just reveal stuff. This is where dynamic line of sight would be really nice.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Unity, FGU.
Right.
What is that? Are those tendrils?
Okay. So you can make your attack. So which one are you targeting? The one to the north?
Yeah, let's start with that one.
Okay, just hold on a sec. Okay, make an attack roll. Okay, so the fiery bolt launches out of your hands and sails towards the bundle of cloth, and you're a little bit unnerved due to the blue goop nearby, and you misjudge the distance, and it splashes harmlessly against the wall behind. Sorry, were you going to say something, Nanta?
Well, unless something happens, Jace was going to keep going until he hits it.
Well, it seems that something does happen. Can I get everyone to roll initiative, please?
Oh. Jeez.
Well, better it happens here than with us in the middle of the room.
You gonna kill the horses from the CT?
I will.
Cool.
I am just adjusting the map for the actual stream because it'll be a bit hard for what people are seeing at the moment. Yeah, that's better with the horses, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, rustling out of those bundles are two decrepit-looking dwarves with mining gear on them, and they seem to sparkle with a little, a bit similar to the sparkle that's on your chest at the moment, Jace, but colors of red and green and blue seem to sparkle on them. Okay, so Wabani, you're up.
No, so he sent the firebolt off, and when he did that, it lit up this area. So did I see this happening before things dimmed?
You would have seen the light of the firebolt sail through the cabin and splash against the wall, and then the sparks sort of scatter across the creature as it was starting to rise before it winked out. But you do catch a bit of movement near, a little bit closer.
I'll shout, Jace, what the hell? I thought I saw something moving there. Do I hear anything?
Zombies. Looks like zombies.
Oh, shit. More of the zombies. How many did you see? And I'll move up. Did you want to lock the tokens?
I will do that.
I make 2 of them.
So I'll move up here.
Yep.
With my torch in hand. Just seeing the one off to the side, just coming to my light, I will send holy fire in his direction.
Well, just for your information, that torch sheds bright light in 20 foot and dim light in 40 foot, so you can see further than what that is granting you.
So, like, I get to see 40 feet?
You can see 40 feet, yeah.
Oh, okay. So okay, well, I'm still seeing that guy. So if I see both of them, then I'm going to go up. I'm just going to do this. I already decided, so I'm going to Sacred Flame him.
Okay. It doesn't move very fast, and the zombie roars as the flame engulfs it.
Burn.
It roars angrily, but starts to lurch towards you.
By the radiance of Donru, burn!
Jace.
Okay. So are either of these zombies wearing metal at all?
No, you don't see. They seem to be wearing. Well, one of them has a miner's pick on their hip, which the top part of it is metal.
Okay, all right. I might go with. Yeah, I might. Oh, what the heck! I'll close in and. No, sorry. Looking at it, I'll firebolt one of these guys.
Okay.
Pooh. That's a miss.
And the bolt flies over its head. Okay, so the one near the cloth, would you, Jade? It gets up close, but doesn't seem to be able to attack you. Cinders, what are you doing?
Cinders backs off and runs back down the corridor.
Very smart. Wabani, this one stands up and the rocks sort of fall away from it and it lurches towards you. As it gets close, it steps onto that blue viscous material, but it doesn't seem to pay heed to it.
Oh, is that the blue viscous stuff? Crap. Okay.
Yeah, it's there's a bit of it on this floor. And then it swings its fetid claw at you. And it hits.
Jesus Lordy Almighty.
And it slams its fist into your shoulder, and you feel it's going to bruise very soon.
As a reaction, I curse, and my curse sounds like a thunder blast as I give him Wrath of the Storm.
Okay. It failed. The thunder damage shakes the creature, and one of its arms is blown off when that happens. But it's still standing. Riki.
Okay, so Riki casts Haste on Wabani. And just shifts to the side slightly, and that's the end of her turn.
Okay. You see another lurching dwarf corpse wandering from the left into your vision there, Jay. But only manages to get that far. Wabani.
So, I should be able to cast a spell, take a bonus action, and then take an attack action, yeah?
No.
With the haste?
Casting... Oh, okay. So casting a spell, you should be able to use your normal action for it.
Yep.
And then the hasted action, you can use it as attack. And then, yes, you can use that off bonus action attack as well. Yes.
Okay. So I will once more put Sacred Flame at the guy in front of me.
Wow, it succeeds.
Fudge. Succeeds plus.
It the ooze seems to imbue it with unnatural speed as it dodges out of the way.
So then I will then follow up with a strike from my Hungamunga. And I'll be like, Donru says you should not exist. Fall. Bugger. And then as a bonus action, I will Flurry of Blows him. First one. Daru, what the hell?
So first hit was a Hungermonger with 8 damage, and then a couple of misses, unfortunately, with rolls of 11.
Yeah, a couple of 5s. Yeah.
Jace.
Okay, so Jace is going to close in on the dwarf miner zombie. I think I can do that without provoking an attack from the number 1. And then draw his rapier and cast Dissonant Whispers.
It lurches and screams, and then its head explodes, spraying chunks of brain matter all over both of you. And then it collapses to the ground. Well, let's see if it actually collapses to the ground.
He did have radiant damage. Oh no, he didn't.
No. No, its head explodes, but it still seems to be standing.
Well, he now needs to run away.
Whoa!
So make your opportunity attacks with a headless zombie in front of you. Oh, hang on. Can you roll again? It had the unconscious condition on it. That's still a hit. And yourself, Wabani, if you want to take the opportunity attack.
Yeah. Goodness gracious.
You hit.
Barely.
Okay, so you slash at it, Jace, and you poke it in the sternum, but it just seems to slide right through, and there seems to be does no discernible damage. Whereas Wabani's Hungermonger sort of slides down and cuts it from shoulder down to the opposite waist, and the top half of it just slides off ever so slowly and slops into the ooze below, and then it collapses to the ground dead. So it is.
Sorry, just to clarify, did you say Jace's rapier didn't damage the creature?
Yeah. Oh, it looked like he damaged it, but it seemed to stand and continue to attempt to run away. It wasn't until it's due to the zombies' undead fortitude.
At any point in time, though, sorry to interrupt. Did it look like it was actually, to some extent, getting healing?
No, that was an accident by me.
Oh, okay. Phew.
So you've moved, you've cast a spell. Are you doing anything else, Chase?
No one's been injured. Wabani's. You look fine, Wabani. Jace slaps Wabani on the shoulder and says, "Back up," and it'll do.
I give you the thumb and say, "Hey."
It's a hit.
No.
You shielding it. Oh. It's a miss. The zombie flies its fist towards your chest there, Jace, and it slams its fist against this unseen force, and you can hear bones breaking in its hand. And if a zombie could provide an expression of confusion, this one would. Cinders.
Remains hidden down the path.
Okay. Ricky.
Okay, Ricky casts a little bit of missile magic on zombie number 1. Alright, I'm just going to cast a level 1 for now. Gosh, that really did not do that much damage to it, did it?
This one looks pretty tough, a bit tougher than the other one.
Okay, alrighty, well there's not a lot else I can do, so I just got Oh well, you win some, you lose some. Alright.
This one keeps moving as fast as its little fetid legs can carry. Wubani.
All right, I will once more try to do the sacred flame on this guy. There we go. Fudge.
This one seems to dodge out of the way as well. It looks like you're lining up that sacred flame for it to be where it was, but at the last moment it kind of stumbles a little bit and the flame flares right in front of it, missing it completely.
And then I'll move over here to get in front of this other one. I got your back, Riki. I gotcha. Carrying my thing. Woo! And then I will smack at it with my Hungamunga. I do. Trust me, I've got it, Riki. I've got it. And as a bonus action, I'm just going to unarmed strike it.
We have faith. We have faith.
You hit.
At least I did a good bit there. I give him a punch to the sternum in the glowing red bit.
It just it ignores it. Jace.
Okay. Jace is going to cast Green Flame Blade on Dwarf Miner Zombie 1. And follow up with Psychic Blades.
So you slash left and right with your rapier and a mixture of thunder and psychic damage explode off, like char the creature somewhat. Are you doing anything else, or that's it?
And yeah, that's it.
Okay, it keeps attempting to hit you. Oh, this is... I'm assuming we can skip over cinders?
Pretty safely, yes.
Alright,
Alright,
Riki.
so I cast Snillock's Snowball Swarm north of the Dwarf Miners, so it hits both of them, but doesn't hit Jace or Wabani.
Okay. I mean, you can put it a bit south so it actually hits both Jace and Wabani if you want.
Why would you say that, Mr. DM?
I don't know.
He frightens me sometimes, he really does. Alright. She feels a little bit more satisfied with that one. Alright.
So little balls of frozen water pepper both creatures. One of them manages to raise an arm, and a lot of the snowballs sort of bounce off it harmlessly, but the other one takes the full brunt of it. Okay, Zombie Miner number 2.
You will miss. Donaru says so. Miss.
It is a miss. There you go. But I think that's due to the fact you're hasted, right?
Yes.
Lucky you. Wabani.
Feel Donaru's flames, fiend. There we go. Now we're talking. Now we got some fire going. Burn. And then, of course, once more with Hungamunga. Donaru, you've got this. And my bonus action.
Okay, so another gout of flame surrounds it, and it hits it this time, and then you follow up with a miss with the Hungamunga, and then a slap to the the groin?
No groin shots. Total neck shots. Always going for the neck. Wanting to knock the head off.
Jace.
Okay, Jace is going to switch targets to the Zombie 2, trying to finish it off after Barney landed that hit with his holy flame.
$13, 8, 12. Nice. Ooh, psychic blades. That's some good damage.
Oh, but not enough. Jace, there's these dwarves are tough.
You telling me?
Now, if this dwarf miner zombie was a smart zombie, he'd flank, but he's not a smart zombie. It does hit though, unless you're shielding, although I think that'll still go through the shield.
Yes, I think it will.
Oh, snake-eyed. So he catches you on the flank, but it's hardly much damage at all, Jace. You've had worse after a interesting date.
Goes for your Achilles heel.
Ricky.
Okay, so Riki. So Jace is kind of in the way of another area effect spell, unfortunately. So I'm
Sorry.
all good. So I'm just going to cast Magic Missile. Level 1 again. I'll make it level 2. I'll go nuts.
So the first bolt lands into it and it staggers and collapses to the ground dead. Alright.
So I've got 3 more because I cast it
You got
level
3
2.
Yep, 3 more. There we go.
Alright, and that's my turn done.
Wabani.
I guffaw loudly. Donu's got you on the run now, fella. You see? Prayers will not matter now. And then I will run over and strike at him with the fury of my Hungamunga.
Success.
As I slash with the Hungamunga, I take it and I get it right on it where its vertebrae is in.
You
Spinal
sink
column
that
and pop it off,
and it would collapse, but it just seems to stand there and look down at the hole in its stomach, and then just look back at you, standing there.
and I push it over.
No, it's still standing up.
Damn it! I punch it then. Oh, sorry. Why did it go double?
Because it's...
Okay,
Yep, go again. It's still a hit. And with this one, you slap it down.
Let's slap it down.
You do a Vulcan neck grip,
Yes, totally.
and it still dies.
Oh, Lord. For a second there, I thought I might need to say a real prayer and make him turn. But we got him, guys. We got him.
Good work, team.
Well, let me look at that that you got there, Jace. Let's make sure it's not infected. I go over there and I take a look to make sure it doesn't have any of the signs. 24.
So these it doesn't look like Jace is suffering from the madness, thankfully, but certainly the corpses you're attacking have that all over them.
I don't think we should touch these all that much other than with our weapons. In fact, I take the goo that's on my Hungamunga and I put it into the fire of the torch and try to burn it off.
It sort of turns crusty first, and then it becomes hard and dry and dusts away. Can I get both you and Jace to make a Constitution saving throw, please, since you're right next to this happening?
Saving throw?
Yep.
17.
Okay, so you managed to avert breathing in the dust.
Well, buddy, give a guy a warning next time you try to do something like that.
Was that the dust from me burning that stuff, or was it just dust that was okay? Yeah, sorry about that, Jace, but yeah, don't get any of the dust or any of that stuff on you. Here, and I give him my torch. Let me stand away and just burn it off and hold it out and burn it off away from yourself.
What am I burning off?
Off of your weapons, off your rapier. Get that blue goo off, or their blood. It's infected.
Jace has a look at his sword. Is what Bunny says true?
There's a little bit of viscous goo, sort of bloody congealed blood goo stuff on your sword at the moment. Yeah.
Can I Jace cast prestidigitation to try to clean it off?
Okay, comes right off.
Excellent.
Hey, no fair. The hell. That was actually kind of smart.
Here you go, Bunny. Here's your torch back.
Well, this must be where they were. This must be where they were attacked, I guess.
Makes sense. Having seen that the prestidigitation cleans off the goo, Chase casts that on the zombies, and then has a bit of a search for anything of value on them.
Okay. So, working over the zombies. I just want. So, let me see. You find some coins on them, about 35 gold and 12 copper pieces, and you find some of the materials there. There seems to be 3 barrels that you could see, a couple of miner's picks, and a couple of sledgehammers. I'll just throw that into the party sheet as well.
Okay. So, are you able to distribute the coins? Jace will sort of share them out evenly.
There you go.
Jace, and I'm looking at one of the bodies on the ground with the strange crystals on it. That looks kind of a little bit like yours.
Jace reflectively sort of closes up his shirt. Says, "What are you talking about, Wabani?"
You're okay, right?
I'm fine. Nothing's wrong.
How you feeling, Wabani?
I actually feel tickety-boo.
Well, that's good, because you're looking a bit shiny these days, too.
Say what? What are you talking about?
When you bent over then, I sort of caught a glimpse of something sparkly at your lower back.
Huh? What? My lower... What? My tattoo? It's got crystals on it?
Are you trying to have a look?
Well, I've tried looking before. I can't... I mean, I'll bend my head to see if I can see something.
So as you try to feverishly to have a look at the tattoo to see how it's changed, you lift up the shirt, and both Jace and Riki notice that the image of a gnome and a chest there is still there, plain as day, and it's been highlighted with some sort of silvery, sparkly material around the edges, and it's added a bit of a flair to the somewhat poorly done original tattoo. There's also an image of a wave, in the sparkly substance as well, off to the right.
Does it? When you say flare, does that mean it sparkles in the firelight?
It does, yes. Similar to the sparkling on Jace's chest.
I jump backwards, shocked. I'm infected.
How far do you jump?
I'm shocked.
Well, show me where you jump to.
I jumped backwards like this way.
Okay.
And I'm spinning around in a circle, trying to look at it with a torch in my hand. What the hell? I mean, that stuff on you, Jace, that's like your chest hair. I don't have hair. What's going on?
Looks like Donnaru's wave is there now part of your tattoo, Wabani. Perhaps it's a gift from your god.
So, what? Sorry, you Donnaru's symbol? You seen Donnaru's symbol?
Oh yeah, there's the little face and chest, and now there's a wave as well.
I kind of I drop the torch to the floor and fall down on my knees, and I'm just kind of stunned, shocked, and I just sit there, kind of in reflection.
It's a sight to behold.
I'm reflecting while I type notes.
Okay. So what do you guys want to do?
Should we take 5 and then push on? Pick one of the 3 paths.
Good idea. I suspect that we might be able to send Cinders along if anybody wants to have her running along first.
It sounds like a good use of time.
What is that? A desk over there?
It's a broken table. There's also a smaller table that's got some small equipment on it.
I don't suppose one of you guys want to, with your fancy eyesight, want to take a look at that stuff, do you?
Yeah, we can do that during a short rest, can't we?
Yeah, you can. It's just a little bit of mining equipment that you can't garner exactly what it's used for. There's small little instruments that don't look like they could damage the rock at all, but there's a piece of paper on there that they're using it to draw on and such.
Before we take the short rest, like as we're discussing having the short rest, I'm like, I don't suppose, Jace, you would play that song that you do so well when we take a little bit of a nap?
Happy to, buddy. Happy.
That'd be great. Usually, somehow that just usually makes me feel much better.
Jace feels a whole lot better having rolled 25 there. He feels like he's sort of redeemed himself after his last attempt.
If only Princess Alondra heard it.
That's right.
Is that so? That's a D6. Did I get to add?
Or, yeah.
Okay, all right. A 3.
There you go, 3
plus that.
So
Nice.
I'm assuming you're not sending the weasel over the viscous blue foam.
No, scuttles around it.
Okay. Okay, so your short rest goes by without any sort of perceivable issues. So Cinders while that's happening, Cinders has a walk around. So Cinders has a walk around there. There was a corpse there, but that was one of the corpses that attacked you, so that's no longer there.
So she's done a walk around through that corridor. very carefully sidestepping over any little blue puddles, and she goes to the east on the map and sees what she can see.
So the cave continues onwards, and then there's a branch to the north and a branch to the east.
Okay, so I think she probably... Is that another great big area just to the east? What's it look like when she gets to the fork? Can she see further than that?
She sees
Okay.
about that much.
Okay, so she wanders off to the north, and I think Riki wanders along close enough so she can sense what's going on.
I follow along behind Jace, and as we're walking along, I'm like, so Jace, looks like Donru's blessed me with that symbol, but it's not like the stuff on your chest, and it looked like the stuff on those dwarves. What? How? What does it mean? Do you know?
I don't know about these dwarves, but I have a feeling that my sparkles came as a result of our interaction with that dragon.
What? You mean what? Like the month ago?
Yeah, that's the one. I've been
How?
having dreams
Of the elves?
of the dragons. The dragon said that they're here, everywhere, but hidden.
And they gave you? Are you turning into, like, I mean, is that armor?
Jace sort of flicks at the shiny bit, and it makes a sort of rocky sound.
But how is that related to those dwarves back there?
I have no idea. It'll be interesting to see what we find ahead.
Oh shit, you don't think there's another dragon in here, do you?
I hope not, but we've taken down one before. We can do more.
Well, that was because we had... Oh shit, we had Alarak. Damn it. Where's my wineskin? And I grab it and I realize that it's empty. Shit. Need to get back to the cart.
By the way, just see what I'm pointing to there. That is a stone pillar within the cave wall. It's I mean, it's holding up the roof, but it doesn't seem to be nefarious at all.
And these rocks on the floor, they're not like stalagmites or anything like this. They're just rocks on the floor.
Oh, it's just small, loose rocks, yeah.
Okay.
Some of them might be little stalagmites.
Has Cinder seen anything, Riki?
No, nothing so far, just normal cave stuff.
There's a bit more of the viscous ooze that's coming out from the northern wall.
Oh, that ooze. Damn it.
Oh, well, we might be on the right track.
I'll quickly take a look at this pillar to see if there's like gems or glyphs or something.
It just seems to be a pillar similar to the edge of the wall. Natural formation. So Cinders is heading up that way.
Jace, you're going slow. Come on, hurry up.
Run, Cinders, run!
Oh dear.
That's better. Okay, so as Cinders gets to there,
What?
you can see there's a bit of a larger cabin here.
What do we see?
I'm just juggling a few things at the moment. Okay, so the winding cave tunnel opens out into another, once into another large cavity. There is some more of the blue ooze nearby, and that's all you can see at the moment.
Okay, so she keeps scouting around the cabin. Any piles of clothing?
Not at this stage, no. Can I get her to make a perception check visually with disadvantage, please?
Doesn't she normally have advantage on perception checks?
For smells, yes, but not for sight, and she's not within the range of the light.
Right. So that's an 18 with disadvantage.
Okay, so she can see up to the north a sparkling of gems, and there's also another bit of a pile of rock with some gems in it as well.
Hey, guys, profit!
So up there.
I think she should finish exploring the cabin first before we get too excited. If this is where the bad thing went down with the dwarves, we don't want to go into it with our eyes closed.
Wabani, are you going to move up?
Yep.
Okay, so okay, where's Cinders going? That way. Just hold on a second. As Cinders gets to there, Cinders notices a small pile of rags that looks reminiscent of the zombies before.
Hey guys, we've got another zombie.
Cinders and ashes.
Oh dear.
Which pile is it?
That one that Cinders just walked right across.
There, right there. So you're going through there, are you?
So which one are you pointing at? The one to the right or to the left?
So the one to the right is the pile of rags. The one to the left is selection of gems with one of the small pile of rocks has got some gems inside it as well. But as Cinders walks past that pile, it starts to move and it takes a swipe at Cinders. And she takes 17 damage as the pile of rocks starts to move, and it's a big bulky form. Poor old Cinders vanishes into fey dust.
I'm going to say I'm sorry, I don't think Cinders can take 17 points of damage.
No, she cannot. She goes poof.
Oh, this is why we don't use Bendy for these things.
Okay, can I get everyone to roll initiative, please?
Except for Cinders. That's an 18.
That is a 15.
Can we tame it and have it as a pet? It's pretty. Does it poo emeralds? If we make it, if it's our friend, we can have profit.
Okay, Riki, you're up first. You just saw poor Cinders dissipate into fey dust.
I am not happy. In fact, I am quite mad. So I cast Fireball. I think I can cast Fireball. Yes, I can certainly cast Fireball on that thing.
Can you show me what area you're casting Fireball on? Like draw the actual circle.
Chase is just saying over and over to himself, "Gems don't burn, gems don't burn, gems don't burn."
And Wobani saying to himself, "Gems burn, gems burn, gems burn."
What? Why?
Yeah, to myself, not out loud.
That's where I've cast it.
Okay. Okay, so a wave of fire is unleashed over the creature, and it roars in fury as it seems to take the full brunt of it. Are you doing anything else?
No. I'm just gonna. Hang on a second. I've taken a lot of damage somehow.
No, that's an accident.
You targeted yourself.
Oh, good. Of course I did. All right. So no, apart from trying to blast myself to bits with Fireball, I think I need to go and have a lie down. Alright, next.
Okay, Wabani.
So the fireball blasted and I seen that. Is it sparkling in the distance so that I can still see it?
It would be beyond your visual range, so no.
Okay. It's like, oh shit, I seen something out there, but I can't see it anymore, damn it. So I will move up here. Go like this, right beside this pillar here.
You would be able to see the zombie to the right.
Okay, and then when I see that, when I come over there and see that, I'll be like, oh, well, I'll get that one. And I'll shoot that one with my Sacred Flame.
Okay.
Nice.
It fails, just actually. It's got a -1 to its dexterity saving throw.
7
So
damage.
it rolled a 15.
Nice. And then I will come up over here even further to try to block it from coming through this way. put myself between it and that. It's like, oh, there's another one over here. Zombie. And that'll be my turn.
Okay. The gem elemental roars and then starts walking towards the creature that had set it on fire. And as it does so, it sinks into the ground and disappears from view.
Uh-oh. Oh, I don't see that, so I don't know.
Meanwhile, the dwarf zombie moves up towards you, Wabani. And you've given it just the distance it has to attack you. It walks up and tries to hit you and feebly misses. Jace, you're up.
So that thing just above and to the left of Wabani, is that, can I pass through that terrain?
Sorry, the gem elemental. Is that what you're talking about?
Can I do that move I've just indicated?
I don't think so, no.
Can I finish there?
You could walk around the pillar to do it.
Oh, actually, I can walk through Wabani Square to do it, can't I?
Yeah, but then you can't... I don't think you can finish there because the pillar's taking up too much of that space, especially with the zombie there.
Okay. Alright. So
you want to do your movement again? Because you can't kind of walk around there yet.
there we go. Okay, so Jace quickly trots around the pillar, and he draws his rapier and casts Green Flame Blade.
Wabani shouts out, "Why didn't you flank him?"
just panting his breath. I've just sprinted all the way over here. Give me a break.
And you hit.
And follow up with a Psychic Blade.
Okay. It teeters on the edge of standing up, but remains there. And then off in the distance, a somewhat charred other zombie starts wandering towards you. Seems to have been hit by that fireball. It's...
Oh, goody. Alright, so I'm going to hit the dwarf miner zombie one. Let me have a quick look. I'm going to cast Magic Missile, level 1. And that's all I've got.
I will once more send the sacred fires of Donaru into the eye sockets of this gem-encrusted dwarf.
Okay, you scorch it with fire and it burns off a large chunk of its body, but it remains standing.
Nice.
And then I'll try to cut it from sternum to forehead with my hunga munga. Oh shit.
No, you can't.
Oh yes, you're right. Sorry.
You're not hasted anymore.
You're right. Yes, I'm not hasted anymore. Can I
So it's even with the radiant damage?
Yeah, these zombies are different to the other ones you were fighting. Oh, actually, hang on. That's right. If it takes radiant damage, it dies, doesn't it? That's true. Okay, no, it dies then.
Okay, and then I kick it over as its eyes are now truly lifeless. I push it over with my foot. It takes care of that. Now, where the hell's that elemental? I need more light. I need more light. And I swing the torch around onto this side of me to see better. And I come up
40 feet, not 20. Remember?
Yeah, I know. So I suspect I can see that guy, but I think in dim light I'm hitting at disadvantage, aren't I?
No, disadvantage to perception checks, but not to attack rolls.
Correct.
All right. There we go. That's cool.
So you're moving to there?
Yeah. And that's my turn.
Okay. Just as you mentioned, where is that thing? It comes out of the ground just next to your feet.
Oh, shit.
And then it starts to glow. The gems on its body start to glow brighter and brighter and brighter, and then explode with colors of green and red and blue. So it will be targeting everyone. Can I get everyone to roll a dexterity saving throw, please?
Does the pillar provide any bonuses for cover?
Not in this instance. It seems to still, it's large enough, and the ray is large enough to hit you.
22.
Yeah, that's a 6. Riki might have a cousin that's a barbarian or something. We'll find out after this.
Okay, so only Wabani saved.
So many D4s getting rolled.
Yeah, I'm a little terrified.
6 D4s. 7.
Okay. No, it's just determining the
Death?
damage type.
Yes, the death.
Yeah, of course.
That's the damage. Okay, so let's see. So, Wabani, you get hit by 2 of the rays, a green ray and a blue ray. And you only take half damage from both, but combined that is 9 poison damage and 9 cold damage.
Joy.
I unfortunately haven't set up this monster correctly, so you just have to do it manually. Whereas Jace takes 18 cold damage, and Riki takes 18 cold damage. And then it stands there, angry.
So so I instead of me taking 36 damage, I took just 9 of each because 2 rays hit me.
That's correct. Yeah. Jace.
Okay. So, Jace is going to have to go for a jog again to get around there, isn't he? If Jace moves there, is he going to get cover from any future attacks?
If you were standing there, definitely the pillar would give you cover.
Okay. There, and then he'll try to take out the minor zombie.
You hit it, and for all it looks like it's going to go down, but it teeters and stands there and remains standing, even though it seems to be on fire now.
Okay, and as his bonus action, Jason's going to cast Healing Word. I think on himself. Level 2.
Okay, so at the end of your turn, the gem elemental looks towards the zombie just to your south, Jace, and the gems planted within that dwarf start to glow, and unnaturally it stands up, and it looks like it's alive, although not undead again, although not at full health.
Oh dear.
There we go. Okay. The other zombie lurches towards you, Wabani. But only manages to get to you. Riki.
Okay, I think the most efficient thing I can do at this point in time is cast Haste on Wabani and then back out a bit. Alrighty. Okay, so Wabani suddenly feels a lot speedier, and I back right out. I can do that at this point without provoking an attack, can't I? Because I'm not right next to it. I'm not next to it.
That's correct. Unless it has reach, which you haven't seen so far.
Okay, I back. Oh, hang on. How far can I move? I don't think I can move as far as I want to move. So I back out. Back out 25, however far that is. Can you please delete that movement and see if I can start it again?
If you just drag yourself.
There you go.
Thank you.
Okay. As you're walking away, the gem elemental roars at you, but takes a swipe at Wabani. Oh, hang on. Why is it? Oh, hang on. Sorry. It's only supposed to be hitting Wabani, and it misses Wabani. Oh, hang on. Oh, wait a minute. That's because I've got you selected. It's trying to do a slam attack against you, but it misses you.
Okay.
Wabani, you're up now.
I will move here between Riki and it, so I am kind of in the way with my torch.
So you'll be provoking from one of the zombies to do that.
Yeah, well, I guess so, because I didn't think of that, but yeah. So that's what happens.
He swipes at you and manages to hit.
Stupid fucking thing. That's ridiculous. Alright. I will then try this shot in the dark. I will try casting blindness on the gem elemental. Please fail. Fuck.
Oh, there's a cloud of darkness over what you would expect as its eyes, and it just shakes it off.
That sucks rocks. Okay, so that was my cast a spell, so that was my main action. Then as my extra action from the haste, I will... How much damage do I got? 24. I'm going to try to hit it with a Hungamunga.
Okay, go for it. Oh, natural 1. You can follow
Okay.
up with a flurry though.
Yeah, I am going to follow up with the flurry, but I'm just like, I'm disconnecting now. Some unarmed strikes. Yeah,
That misses, unfortunately.
This is
That one hits.
A 12 and a 19. So yay, one hit out of all of that. I am so disappointed.
Your fist connects, but it doesn't do as much damage as you thought it would. It seems to be resistant to your bludgeoning attacks.
Shit. And I was just, Jace, by the thunder of Donneru, this sucks.
Okay, and then it looks to this piddly human who's standing in the way of getting towards Riki, and it raises its 2 huge stone fists and attempts to slam down against you.
This could be it. Oof, there it is.
So 1 hits you and clips you on the shoulder.
And as a reaction, I will once more do Wrath of the Storms against it. Are you shitting me? Okay. So he takes half damage because he succeeded. I will choose to use a gem. I guess thunder damage seems to be the smart thing to do.
Okay. So the
Keep
lightning
on going.
shocks over it, and it slams down. Attempts to slam down with its other fist.
Please no.
Oh,
Fuck.
natural
All right.
20,
I'm dead.
and it clobbers you in the face, and you collapse to the ground. Jace, one of the zombies moves up towards you.
What?
Rolling really high. Wow. And that was
Oh.
almost max damage.
Crazy.
It hits you in the chest, Jace. You there, Jace?
Yes, I am. Yes.
Okay.
Or crying.
Jace, you're up.
Okay, so Jace sees Wabani go down, and he can't see Riki anymore, and he's starting to get a little nervous, and he remembers the gem he picked up a long time ago, and he what does he do? Does he have to destroy the gem?
Yeah, it's a one use only.
Yeah, okay, so he drops the gem to the floor and crushes it under his boot heel, and calls forth the trapped air elemental.
Okay, so where do you want to place the air elemental?
I think maybe go have it standing. Is it huge or large?
It is large.
Yeah, maybe actually just to the west of the zombie one and gem elemental, so that it's threatening both of them.
Okay, so just there.
Yeah, that's perfect. Thanks.
So the creature sort of appears. A whistling of wind roars out of the gem and whirls up towards the gem elemental and the zombie standing there. Did you want to do anything with your minor action? I suspect you can cast a spell because you just used an item there.
So I can? Great, thanks.
Yep.
I'll be casting Healing Word on Wabani.
Okay.
He can have it at level 3. He seems pretty hurt. There you go, Wabani. Don't forget your hit dice as well.
Oh, freaking 1. Well, 16 points, not bad.
And I think that might be it.
Okay. So just as a reminder, this is a summon spell, so it acts on its own turn, doesn't it? But you can tell it what to do.
I'm not sure.
I believe that's how it works.
Okay then, that sounds good.
Did you see the stats I shared with you?
That will do nicely.
Yeah, it has its own turn when you summon it, and on each of your turns, you can issue verbal commands to it, requiring no action on your part, telling it what it must do on its next turn.
So you're just telling
if you
it
issue
to...
no command,
Oh,
it
sorry.
spends its turn attacking any creature within reach that has attacked it.
Okay. So this whirlwind sounds like it's a good thing. It says in the elemental space, so it can enter a hostile creature's space and stop there. Okay, so the elemental's going to move forward so that it's sharing a space with both the zombie 1 and gem elemental, and it's going to cast whirlwind on them both. So they must make a DC 13 strength saving throw, and on a failure, take bludgeoning damage and flung 20 feet away in a random direction and knocked prone.
Okay, so the gem elemental saves. But the zombie fails. Is it at half damage for success?
Yes, half on success, and isn't flung away and isn't knocked prone.
Okay. Do you want to apply the damage to it? Okay. And 9 damage to the other one. Okay, so the zombie collapses to the ground. It gets flung. Where do you want to send it flying?
Maybe broken against the that pillar that it was behind.
So it just smacks into the pillar and collapses to the ground. A broken form.
Excellent.
Riki, you're up.
Alright, so I think all that Riki can... Everybody's all mixed in together, which makes any area effect spells not optimal. So hang on just a second. So Riki moves until she's about, so she only moves about 5 feet that way, and then casts, just for fun, casts Infestation on the gem elemental.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
Hang on. No. You're targeting yourself again and the gem elemental there. So the gem elemental saved, but you failed.
Oh, Riki.
I'm using words here, I'm not broadcasting. Oh lord. Alright, so if it fails, nothing happens, huh?
Is it a cantrip?
Bugger. Yeah, it's a cantrip. Well, that's boring, but I am going to remove that 2 damage I did to myself, if that's alright.
Yep. Are you moving or are you staying where you are?
Oh, I'm staying where I am.
Wabani, do you stand up?
First thing I do is So many decisions. Yes, I stand up.
I'll remove prone off you.
Okay. Then once I'm standing, I will... It's a shot in the dark. I will try casting Thunder Wave on the gem elemental.
Okay. I
And
guess
I'll-
you can target it so you can miss the creature to the north.
Yeah, and I'm... Oh, right, so I've got to a 15-foot cube. So... I guess I can put it
So you can do it like there.
Yeah. Oops. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I'll do that. And... I'm going to do it at level 2.
Okay.
No, it's another damn constitution, but come on, luck. You're with me.
Oh, it succeeds.
Fuck.
Just.
God damn it. So that was my main action. I then
So
pull from
you can roll damage because it'll be half damage.
Oh yeah, it doesn't get pushed away.
It doesn't get pushed away.
Okay, so it takes a little bit of damage. And I then pull from my belt as my second action. Shifty Pete's beautiful potion. And I quaff it, which is a potion of greater healing. Where is that thing? Belt.
Normally drinking potions is an action, but
I'm hasted.
oh, actually, but you're hasted, aren't you?
Yeah. Thank
Okay.
God. I know I have it here somewhere in my inventory, but I'll just use it for myself. There it is.
Potion of greater healing 1.
Yeah, so just put that to 0. That disappears. Plus I put on another one of these healing surges. So I'm dang near feeling better. And then I will bonus action. No choice. But just an unarmed strike.
You can't.
Is a bonus action an unarmed strike? Oh, right. Because
You have to do an attack first.
That's right. No other BAs. And I used a level 1, so I used a spell slot, so I can't do anything else. So I will move down here a little bit like this, and then that'll be that.
Okay. All right. It looks towards you, infuriated that it looked like you collapsed to the ground, and it moves to hit you again.
Fie on you. Fie.
The huge fist slams down, and at the last moment you roll out of the way. And the second one starts to come down, and it looks like it's going to hit you, but this unnatural speed that Riki has granted you seems to allow you to move out of the way.
Or is it the alcohol?
Jace, you're up.
Okay, so this dwarven minor zombie is bothering me. So Jace hits him with a green flame blade. And follows up with some psychic blade.
Okay, it collapses to the ground. Again.
Excellent. Jace is going to swing around. You accepted that too early. I lost my count now.
There you go, you can start again.
That'll have to. And it looks like they need healing the most. Riki looks a little injured. Throw a healing word at her direct.
Thank you. Thank you.
No worries.
Okay, as you finish your turn, another fist flies towards you, Wabani, as it tries to hit you again.
Fudge. Okay, I'm going to take a reaction on that too.
It still hits you though?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I can only take a reaction if I'm hit. So
Alright,
I will
what's
do
the reaction?
Wrath of the Storm once more. Come on, give me some thunder damage here. Huh?
You have to
Oh.
force a saving throw.
Yeah, I thought I had him targeted. You want me to roll again?
Yep. He succeeds.
Fudge. Well, he'll still take the thunder damage, half of it.
Oh, wow. That's really
I'm
low.
not even going to play the sound effect on that one. That was so pathetic.
It's like static electricity. Zap.
Is it too late to have said that I use Channel Divinity? Nah, it's too late. It's too late. Never mind.
Okay. What's the elemental doing? Is it still pummeling the gem elemental?
Yes, it is. So Whirlwind has a recharge on it. Do I get to roll with that for a summoned creature?
Yeah, roll a d6.
6.
Ah, it's recharged. Awesome.
So you want me to you want to force a saving throw on it?
Yeah, please.
Okay. You can just roll. See how it shows save versus strength? You can just drag that onto it.
Oh, perfect. There we go.
Okay. So then drag the
Finally.
damage onto it. Okay. So it gets buffeted by the wind, and then is it knocking it somewhere?
Yes, it is. It's knocked. I think it's knocked prone,
Okay.
and it's thrown 10 feet. But I guess the walls are going to stop it.
Okay. So you're just leaving it where it is.
Yeah, it's sort of pushed up against the wall that's there to the south. So basically
I'll
where it is.
I'll add prone to it. Oops, that was prone to.
I should have already done that. I tried.
Oh, you have two. Sorry. Yes, I was adding prone to air elemental, which is immune.
Ha ha ha.
Too many elementals going on. Okay. Anything else that it's doing?
It cackles.
Cackles or crackles?
Bit of both. Bit of both.
Okay. At the end of its turn, the zombie, the zombie nearby, the gems around it, like the elemental, even on its prone form, looks towards it, and the gems inside start to glow, and it stands up.
No.
And then tries to hit the air elemental. But fails dismally. Riki.
Riki casts magic missile at level 2, so that's 4 missiles. Am I not targeting myself?
You've got the right target there.
That's a relief. Alright, let's give this a bell. 2, 3, lucky number 4. Better than nothing. Alright, who's up next?
So using an artifact is a free action?
No, it should tell you what the action is, action type. What are you trying to do?
I can't remember what the wooden boar artifact is. That Thunderwave?
You can summon Masquin or use
cast Thunderwave at level
Thunderwave.
1. Okay. My level 2's gone. I am going to try and put, as my main action, I'm targeting the gem, and I'm going to try to put Bane on him. And is one of those freaking zombies up and walking again?
Yep, the one that's just to the north of the gem elemental.
Okay.
So that's zombie number 1.
I'm going to put Bane. I'm going to try putting Bane on the two of them.
Okay. The gem elemental succeeds, but the zombie does not.
Alright. Well, that was my main. And then I will attack the... Oh, come on. I'll attack the gem elemental with my Hungamunga. Come on. Stop that. There we go.
Awesome. Crits.
Here we go. Yeah, bugger. Partially resisted. And then I will Flurry of Blows.
That's a hit as well.
Is he?
It's prone.
Oh, God, thank goodness. And the next one as well, a 14.
That's a miss, though.
Shoot. And with him prone, I will...
Quiver horribly.
Yeah, I'm gonna move back over here.
So you're provoking.
Can he still attack when he's prone? Yeah, I guess he can, can't
but
he?
it's at disadvantage.
And I think he's got legendary actions.
So are you moving or not?
Yeah, I'm gonna move in front of Riki.
Luckily he misses you.
Phew.
Oh, that's what I like to see.
No, it's not. Come on.
It stands up. And the gems on it start to glow again. And they get brighter and brighter. Can I get everybody to make a dexterity saving throw again, please?
Fuck.
All the words I'm not supposed to say out loud again.
Oh, I got a good one this time.
Why did I roll at advantage? Oh, I got
because you're
on.
hasted.
Yeah, nice. 20.
And Riki? You rolled a 4, right. Just double checking range. Okay. Right, so dice roll. Okay, so a rays shoot out. A red ray hits you, Jace, and a blue ray hits Wabani and Riki. So Jace and Wabani take 12 damage, whereas Riki takes 24 cold damage.
Ooh, ouch. Lucky,
I'm dead.
lucky I healed her. Oh no.
Did you was 12 enough to knock you out?
I didn't think. I thought I was at.
No, you've given him 24 damage.
Yeah, it was a save, so you shouldn't take 24 damage. You should be. Okay, you should be.
I thought I was at 22.
Yeah, you're at 34 now, as in 11 hit points left.
Yeah. All right, that's right.
So he's not unconscious? Good.
He's not unconscious.
Good.
I removed that.
And he's certainly not dead. That's also good.
Okay. That miner is dead for now. Jace, you're up.
Okay.
There's too much death getting thrown around at the moment. This is...
It does seem that way. Can Jace close with the gem element?
Yeah, you can. You can step over the rocks.
Okay, great. And he's going to cast Green Flame Blade.
And that's a hit.
And followed up with Psychic Blade.
Okay, you find a ripe spot to sink your rapier in, and the shockwave heavily damages it. It's still standing though.
Excellent.
It's looking a little bit worse for wear.
And did you say there's another that zombie one is resurrected?
Yes.
Okay, so he gets some splash damage from the Green Flame Blade.
It's like 4 damage, right? Do you want me to adjust it?
It's 1d8 plus 5. Okay. There we go. And healing now.
Actually, it should be that. It's heavily damaged. Anyway, yep, healing. Yep.
Bunny looks like he's been a hasty retreat, and Jace is right there in the thick of things, so Jace is going to heal himself. Well, Bunny, come back.
I'm not left.
You want to see if you recharge the whirlwind? No go this time.
No. Okay, so it's a slam attack then against the air elemental.
Oh, by the way, at the end of your turn, the elemental tries to hit you, Jace.
End of my turn. Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's a legendary action.
Oh,
Weird.
okay.
Stupid legendary.
That's a hit.
Shield.
Okay. All right, as you were.
So you hit the gem elemental with your 23.
Yes, okay. Yeah, so damage.
Come on, air elemental. Good job.
And second attack.
Again, 23 again. 20. 22. Nice.
Okay. The air elemental slamming it with these huge bursts of air, which are almost physical in their strength. That's the end of his turn.
Okay, at the end of its turn, the gems around the fallen zombie to the north start to glow again, and it rises from the ground. You see, you get the impression that this gem elemental has some sort of connection with them and is just controlling them even as they collapse to the ground. Okay, the zombie is going to try and attack the air elemental.
Isn't that one supposed to still have Bane on it? How
It
did that get
died.
removed? Oh, it died. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can roll. If it hits, I'll roll a d4 to see if it's still hit. It misses anyway.
I didn't realize that it had died and been brought back again already.
Yeah, Ricky.
We've got it, Riki. Come on, let's get it.
I will do what I can.
One more time around the mulberry bush.
Magic missiles. There they go. Hang on. 1, 2, 3. I throw some mean words its way. And I just run away.
Okay. Holding on to the wooden boar artifact that's in my component pouch, Donru, let's get this done, and I will use it to do a thunder wave as the first action.
You'll have to be closer to actually have that as being effective.
Isn't it 30 feet away? Thunder wave?
No, it's
Thunder
a
wave.
15-foot. It's thunder wave
Right.
is a 15-foot cube
That's
in front of you.
okay. I meant to actually get close anyways. I needed to get, so I was going to get, I'll get there as I'm approaching.
Yep.
And I'm holding on to the wooden boar artifact, and then I will do,
Oh, by the way, can I get you to make a concentration saving throw, please, Riki, to see if you still have haste going from that damage before? Just roll a d20 for me. Just do a concentration saving throw.
Come on, do it. Let's go, Riki. Get it. Don't let me lose my haste.
Okay,
10.
so haste is lost, and you can't do anything this turn.
Oh,
Because
fudge.
you
So I'm
suffer
back
the
here
effects.
then. Okay.
As the lethargy washes over you. That's the problem with haste.
Bugger. You will need to take it off of my character then.
Yeah, well. Okay. It looks to you, Jace, since you're right next to it, and it'll try and hit it. Or hit you. First one is a miss. Second one is a hit. And it slams down, hitting you for 11 damage. Zombie wanders around and tries to hit the air elemental. Oh my god, it hits.
Stupid zombies.
Jace.
Okay, Jace is going to...
Has anybody dismembered the zombies with any of their strikes against them?
I seem to remember blowing up one of their heads.
I put Sacred
like,
Flame through the eyes of one.
Are they reconstituting themselves? Like, how does that work?
It seems a bit like that. Even though with some missing hands, they seem to come back.
Really?
They seem to be controlled. Yeah.
I attempt to disbelieve that.
Says the wizard.
Oh, it's you strike it a solid blow, and it looks like it's about to fall. You kill off one of the zombies. Ah, no, it stands. It's still standing.
Okay.
Just.
Flames.
I'm not standing anymore, I'm down.
You're down.
I'm so tired.
Jace is not looking great either. He's going to heal himself again.
Nice.
Back to full.
Come on, Air Elemental.
What just happened? Yeah. Not
Yeah,
quite full.
right.
Come on, Rabani. Step out of it, man.
I'm so done.
Okay, so as a retaliation.
Shit.
It's only for 10 damage. Okay, now it's your elemental's turn.
Okay, slap. Oh, hang on. Yes, time to reap the whirlwind.
Damn. So close. A couple of crits here. Here we go. 2 20s in a row.
It succeeds. Yeah, elemental succeeds. The zombie fails.
Oh, it recharges? It recharged again?
Yeah.
4, 5, or 6. Nice.
Okay. Describe its demise.
Okay, so the air elemental spins into a frenzied whirlwind, and the force of the wind starts stripping the gems from the gem elemental, and they all start flying away from the elemental, and they all land in Jace's pouch.
And as it gets battered around, it gets pushed into the side wall, and it gets slammed into the side wall and shatters into thousands of pieces.
And the air mental whispers, "Let's go over
Okay, it's getting a bit late.
Yes.
And once the gem elemental collapses to the ground, the dwarven zombies just collapse to the ground as well. They stop being animated.
Excellent.
And I fall to my knees and I'm like, Jace, I think you've earned full membership.
Thank you, Abani. I
And
shall wear the badge with pride.
And I think we'll leave it there for tonight. Thank you very much for listening, guys. We went a bit later tonight.
Yep.
And hopefully we'll see everyone next week.
Till next week.
Thank you.